Welcome to Muscle Maintenance with In Shape Fitness. I am Kim Watkins, your trainer, and today is Monday. It's the 4th of February, and we're going to be doing a level 1 workout today. I know it's hard to muster on Monday mornings. It is for me as well, so this is just a real fundamental, get a little bit of energy, boost your metabolism just a little bit, and maybe, if you feel up to it later, do some other kind of exercise in the lunchtime or after work time period. So we're going to start with a couple of warm-up moves and do 2 sets of our 6 moves, which will be the basic moves for the week. The first of the warm-up moves is called a standing bicycle. So go ahead and stand up for me. Get your shoulders back, tighten up those tummy muscles, tuck in your tailbone, and spread your legs about double shoulder width apart. Make sure that your toes don't turn out. Now bring your right elbow to your left knee, squeeze your abs, then stretch back out to your X, and then bring your left elbow to your right knee, and keep going. I'm going to start the 30 seconds now. Very nice. And this is just a good way to warm up the body, get your heart rate going a little bit. Make sure that you're warming up the shoulder muscles. We're going to be using those. You're warming up the back. We're going to be using those. Squeezing the abs and warming them up. Warming up your glutes and your hips and legs. Everything underway here. Okay, good. Now clasp your hands above your head and take a deep breath in. As you exhale, rotate your entire body, hinging at your hip, down to the right. Graze your fingertips on the floor. And then up to the left, down to the right once more, and up to the left. Now switch directions, down to the left, rotate up to the right. One last time, down to the left and up to the right. That's called a windmill, and those are our 2 warm-up moves. So the first move is going to be a squat series, and today we're just going to do a modified squat. If you can do squats and you feel up to it, go ahead and do a full squat. But if you are learning, and that's why we design these workouts this way, for you to get fundamentals down, and that means your toes and your heels are in line. You do not turn your toes out at all. You shift your weight to your heels. You sit down and back into an imaginary chair, and exhale as you lift up, pressing your heels into the floor, squeezing your glutes. I'm going to start the 30 seconds now. The modified squat is something you want to be doing slowly. And modified meaning you basically go about halfway down. And go as far as you feel like you can. Keep your back fairly straight. You're going to have to lean forward a little bit, but you don't want your knees to go past the tips of your toes. And we're coming up on the last 10 seconds here. Keep it going. Of course, we'll be doing lots of fun things with that position of the moves for the rest of the week. Okay, now bring your feet, your heels, you're going to bring your heels together. They should be touching, and you're going to turn your toes out. Start with a fairly benign sort of position, something that isn't completely off balance. And then you're just going to hold this position today. So you put your hands on your hips, or maybe bring your hands out and in front of your body like a ballerina. This is the first position ballet pose. And all we're doing starting now is holding it. What I am going to do, though, as we tick past the 5-second increments, what I'd like you to try and do is open up your toes a little bit more. And you've already gone 10 seconds in. So try to open up your toes a little bit. As you get a wider toe position, you're going to lose more of your balance, obviously. So be cognizant of that. And you're coming up now here on the last 10 seconds. Very good. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Now I want you to put your hands down on the floor. Your butt is in the air. And you are going to hold this pike plank, otherwise known as downward facing dog, essentially. So your heels theoretically will be off the floor a little bit. Your heels and your toes, once again, should be in line. They should not be positioned in such a way that your toes turn out. And make sure that you're connecting with the floor on both sides of your hands and your feet, right? So you don't want too much of your weight to be borne on the inside of the body, like the thumb and the big toe. You really want to make sure that you distribute your weight equally between the two sides of your hands and feet. And we have about halfway, about 15 seconds left. Actually, 10 seconds now. We'll be doing a lot with the butt up in the air. There's lots of things that we can do in terms of downward dog and upward dog, and we'll be taking full advantage of the pike position this week. Now we're going to actually stay in pike. You're done with that pike plank, but now we're going to do something we call a pike squat. So your butt is still in the air. You're going to bend your knees so that your butt lowers down and your heels come up even higher, and then straighten your legs back out. 30 seconds starts now. And just breathe. It's a fairly benign movement, but it will get your heart rate up a little bit by virtue of the position. Your heart is in a sort of an odd place in terms of having to force blood out to different parts of the body from this compromised sort of position, making it more difficult. So your heart rate will get up pretty quickly. 10 more seconds. Awesome. You are doing great, and we are almost finished with the first set. Turn yourself over. So nice to know that we're halfway through, and we're going to do that hip bridge everybody loves so much. Hands down by your sides, feet on the floor, hip width apart, toes and heels in line. Once again, don't turn your toes out. Lift your hips up. 30 seconds starts now. Good. Make sure that you really press those toes into the floor. Don't lift your heels up, but definitely press into the floor in order to activate the back of the leg. You really want to make sure that you're not pressing down with your heels only, because when you press down with your heels, the front of your leg absorbs nearly all of your body weight along with your lower back. Not good. 3 seconds. Now bring your hands behind your head. Last move are side crunches. So lower your knees over to the right side. We'll work the left abs first. 15 seconds. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Lift up. And go. Try to do, 10 to 12 crunches in this little 15-second increment. You've got 6 seconds left. And now flip your legs over to the other side. Let's do 15 seconds on the other side. Go. Very nice. Squeeze up at the top and really pause. That change in directions is like the epicenter of output. So you're done, by the way. Stand up. And take a deep breath. Make sure that you are, if you need a sip of water, you get one of those. And now this is the way that the second set is going to go. I will tell you when you have to switch positions, but the 30-second increments are going to start and continue through without stopping. So we're going to go through the second set quite quickly. I'm going to start you off again with the modified squat. That's going to start in 5 seconds. Make sure you're in position. Feet shoulder width apart, toes and heels in line. 30 seconds starts now. Very nice. This is the flow set, and so you're going to move through all 6 moves without stopping, with the exception of course, you're going to have to go from standing position down into your pike, and you have to flip over when we go to the hip bridge, but that should really not take very much time. You've got 10 seconds left, by the way, on this modified squat. Then we're going to go to the first position ballet. And 3, 2, heels together, toes out, go. Nice. Really focus on squeezing those hips, clenching your butt cheeks. You're almost halfway through, by the way. Open up the toes a little bit more. And breathe. Abs engaged. Really focus on squeezing your core muscles. Kegel. Such a good time for a Kegel. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Down into a pike position. Hands on the floor, butt in the air. 30 seconds will begin now. You're just focusing on being in this position and understanding your body weight relative to your left hand, your right hand, within the left and right hands, and of course same with the feet and between the feet. So keep it going. 10 seconds left. Then we're going to do that pike squat, right? So you move directly from this to bending your knees in 3 seconds. 2, 1, go. Bend the knees, straighten the legs. Bend the knees, straighten the legs. Very good. That's all you're doing. And it is not hard until you've done a few of these. They do get a little more challenging as you as the time increment wears on. You've got about 10 seconds left. Excellent. 3, 2, and flip over. Last flip into a hip bridge position. Time starts in 3 seconds. Hands by your sides, hips up, toes, heels in line. Make sure you press your toes into the floor. Make sure you keep the hips up and stable. You're not dipping, you're just holding this position. The hip bridge position is so good for you. Really, really opens up those hip flexors. Poor little guys that get no action during the day. There's in your seated chair position means that the hip flexors are contracted in their shortest position all the time, which means that they're very weak and very, very inflexible typically. Good, good, good. Okay, let's finish off with those side crunches. Turn the knees to the right, hands behind your head. 15 seconds. We'll be finishing up in under 13 minutes today, which is nice also for a Monday morning. I hope you have a really wonderful, productive, wonderful week ahead. It is New York City here. We're experiencing a fairly sad, frigid couple of days again. Turn your knees, by the way, to the other side. However, I've been told that the groundhog did not see his shadow, and therefore that will bring us an early spring, I think. Is that what they say? Which is very, very nice. Definitely like to be outside. Okay, you're all set. Congratulations, you did a really great job. I hope that you'll stick with the whole workout series this week. It's going to be a lot of fun, and of course tomorrow will be just up one level of difficulty for each of the moves, and we'll progress from there. Have a great day. I'm Kim Watkins from In Shape Fitness. Visit us on the web, inshape-fitness.com, or on Facebook or Twitter. Join our community and help us help you skip the gym without any guilt. See you later.